10 o'clock this morning here in the United States, here in Nashville. But we are going to go live right now to the country of Israel and Iran and the whole Middle East right now. The United States or has struck the country of Iran in a major operation. We know that that Iran has retaliated by um, by sending ballistic missile systems towards Israel. We know that we know that in central Israel that there was a missile that hit a house like a crater. There is a crater in the middle of a house in central Israel from a ballistic missile. We know that in Bahrain, the U.S. Naval Fleet headquarters was hit by missiles. We know that in Qatar, U.S. military assets over there were hit. We know in Kuwait, there was at a airport. There's been pretty much all countries around the Middle East. We know that there were large explosions in Dubai. We know that Kuwait was hit by some drones. We know that Iraq has intercepted missiles. Qatar and Saudi Arabia. There's countries all over the Middle East right now that are being hit. So, as we know right now, the United States has struck the country of Iran along with Israel. Um, we know that there was a school in Iran that was struck. We know that there's many people that have been struck in Iran. There's multiple um there was as vehicles are coming and going out of Tehran trying to leave. The supreme leader right now, as we know from the foreign minister who spoke of Iran, who spoke on NBC this morning, has said that the supreme leader is alive as he knows right now, and along with the president. But we know that Donald Trump, Pete Hegseth, Dan Kane, Benjamin Netanyahu, and more have struck the country of not Iraq, Iran. And this is going to be a very hectic morning and probably for the next couple days as America wakes up in this. We do also know. Oh, nobody's actually joined. But we do also know that there was one person in Dubai that was killed by falling debris. We know that there's military assets right now that are being hit by Iran in the Persian Gulf and all around the Middle East. We know that there was one asset in America. We know that right now America is at war with the country of Iran along with Israel and other armed countries around the world: Jordan, Iraq, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Syria, Qatar, and and Dubai. We know that the country of the United States right now is at war with other countries, well, with Iran, along with Israel, Bahrain, Iraq, and other places. There's been military ships that have been hit this morning. The U.S. Fleet Naval Headquarters in Bahrain has been leveled. We know that there's military ships that have been hit. Along with that, we know that there was drones that have been sent to Israel. We know that multiple rockets have landed in the heart of Israel right now. If you're just joining us, please subscribe to me. But this morning, the United States is at war with the country of Iran this morning. And this is a very big, and this strike was epic fury from the Department of Defense right now, but international reactions. Australia has supported the attacks along with everything else. Bahrain, like I said, the U.S. Fifth Fleet was obliterated. We know that there's multiple casualties coming out of right now oh the uh the Middle East right now of possible U.S. soldiers, but the U.S. has struck a elementary school in the heart of Iran. Over around 100 students have been killed. President Trump has struck a school, along with other military actions right now. So there is that. We know that there's another war going on in the Middle East. I know that Afghanistan and Pakistan are at war. And Iran's supreme leader, some reports say that he is missing. We know that there was multiple explosions as nearby house and his office. But we know that right now there has been strikes in Kuwait and Iraq and Saudi Arabia, and the United States is potentially at a brink of a war along with Israel and other sources. We know that elementary school was hit this morning in Iraq, not in Tehran, by U.S. missiles this morning. So we know that. We know that the United Kingdom has um, we know that the United Kingdom is a potential. We do know that the United Kingdom has participated in these attacks. We know that Iran has been attacked very hard. If you're just joining us, subscribe, like, share. But this morning, we know that Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Syria have all been attacked from Iran. These countries have military assets, U.S. military assets, but we know that the death toll is going to rise. We know that the U.S. Naval Fifth Fleet headquarters was struck in um, I don't even Bahrain. We know that there is multiple soldiers from Iran that have been killed, and we know that there's multiple citizens all around the countries in the Middle East that have been struck or have been killed this morning. We know that the Congress was alerted this morning. This happened around 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time this morning. Congress, just minutes before these strikes took place, Congress was alerted along with other officials in America. But right now, as we are talking right now, there is potentially 3 U.S. military bases that have been hit this morning or have been heavily damaged this morning. We know that there's other military bases that have been heavily hit this morning. We know that the Houthis that are going to launch a massive attack, and President Trump has said that this is going to be days long of attacks against Iran. Iran had a chance of stopping this, but they did not. And we know that right now, Iran has struck military bases all around the U.S. this morning, like we know right now. So there is that. We also have other places around the world that are on heightened alerts. Here in the United States, police and Homeland Security is on heightened alert as this attack has gone through. But we do know that right now that a school in Tehran has been leveled along with almost 100 students killed. 100 students killed. Um, we know that Trump and Netanyahu are going to speak later. The president did speak earlier this morning, um, but we know that the Secretary of Defense in Iran was killed. We know that the Chief Chair of Army generals were killed. We know that possibly the Supreme Leader was killed. Do not quote me on that because that's from multiple news sources, but they have not confirmed that yet. We know that there's other government officials that have been killed in Iran right now. But as we know right now, the Tehran, there was in the capital of, well, if we can just pan over here, right here, this is right now what that is the supreme leader of Iran's nuclear, house that has been heavily hit this morning. So that is right now as we are going through this morning. So, but this morning, as we go throughout the morning, there's going to be more attacks in this. Um, there's going to be more attacks that are going to be hit in Iran from the U.S. We know that multiple schools in the heart of Iran have been hit, along with almost 100 students at one school killed. We know that Kuwait International Airport has been hit, and we know that traffic and other civilians in Iran have been killed too. President Trump has urged Iranian citizens to take over the government as a free republic. We know that um, some Democrat senators have praised President Trump in these attacks. We know also that there is some other Democrat senators like Chuck Schumer and other people that need a to be approved to start a war in Iran from Congress or the Senate. But right now, as we know, that Trump is going to strike the country of Iran for the next couple of days. Um, so there's that. Um, we know that. We just know that right now there is a lot of destruction in the heart of Iran. We know that a lot of their naval and Iran and Air Force has been struck. We know that the U.S. is in war right now with the country of Iran. This is 10 o'clock. It is 10:02 a.m. here in Nashville, Tennessee. As we go throughout the day, we will be covering this for the next couple of days. To Ryan. Um, Hello, Ryan. But right now, as we know, it is 10:02 a.m. here in Nashville, and we are, as we know, this is going to be a live coverage throughout the next couple of hours as more explosions will be probably heard, and U.S. will strike Iran in multiple places. We know that the nuclear sites in Iran have been hit. We know that there's other places right now that have been hit. We know that there's potentially a ongoing war right now. Hello, Chloe. That is happening right now with the U.S. We know that U.S. military strikes. We know that there is military um, assets in the region of the Middle East that have been hit. We know that there is possible hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, maybe possibly even thousands of U.S. military soldiers that are in the line of fire from this. This morning, ladies and gentlemen, it's 10:03 a.m. here in Nashville, and we are going to have a live coverage throughout the day. What is happening in Iran? We know that the U.S. and Iran are at war this morning with multiple strikes against Iran. We know that the Secretary of Defense, we know that other key officials in Iran have been hit. We know that the U.S. Um, headquarters, well, we know that the U.S. Fifth Fleet headquarters in Bahrain has been hit with possibly multiple U.S. casualties this morning. We know that there's other countries that has Chloe. In a minute, I'll tell you. We know that there's multiple countries all throughout the Middle East that have been hit, not just by Iran, but the U.S. We know that Bahrain, Iraq, Jordan, um, Saudi Arabia, Syria, Iraq, and United Arab Emirates have been under attack from Iran by hosting these military bases. But we do know right now the U.S. struck Iran almost 1 a.m. this morning in Eastern Standard Time this morning to take out their nuclear capabilities and to take out their government as the supreme leader and president of Iran could be dead right now. But we know that um, there was lots of reactions all over the world throughout Congress, throughout Washington, and throughout all over the world. Russia calling these reckless attacks. Chloe, if you're on here, get more people. Get Kendall on here. We know that Bahrain. Um, Chloe, get more people on here, please. But we know that there's more attacks coming towards Iran. The Trump has potentially declared a war on the country of Iran and will be striking the country of Iran for the next couple of days, along with Israel and other key assets. But we do know that there's military assets in the Middle East that have been hit. We know that a elementary school in the heart of Tehran was hit with hundreds of school children dead. Um, um, but we know that there's hundreds of school children and kids that have been killed in the heart of Iran from U.S. attacks and Israeli attacks this morning. Why we are striking these people? First is their nuclear capabilities. Second is they're the number one state sponsor of terrorism. So, and they have just done a lot of damage. They were the cause of 9/11. Why we are striking Iran this morning. But we do know right now that the United Kingdom, um, along with other countries, have been under attack this morning. In the Middle East, we know that Bahrain, Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Syria, and others have been under attack from Iran. The U.S. is at war with the country of Iran. Last year, Donald Trump, and along with Israel, in a 12-day war that lasted 12 days, struck nuclear capabilities in Iran. But right now, we are at a very high scale war all across the Middle East. There's wars going on right now against Pakistan and Afghanistan, and there's more. Um, we know that there's almost 100 school children, girls and boys, that have been killed in the heart of Tehran. Um, from U.S. strikes. We know that in Dubai there was people killed. We know that in multiple other places around the Middle East there was people have been killed. So this morning, as we know, there's hundreds and hundreds of attacks or possible. Um, there's been hundreds and hundreds of rockets, drones, and other weapons that have been launched towards the country of Iran. We know that just yesterday, Israel announced to all, the U.S. embassy announced to all of Israel and all the other Middle Eastern countries with U.S. Citizens in them to get out now from this war beginning. But we do know for the next couple of days, this could be a week, this could be a month, this could be years to come, that the U.S. will strike Iran very heavily this morning. So that is one thing this morning. The U.S. this morning has struck Iran along with Israel and other places around other countries around the world. Um, but this morning, Iran so why we struck Iran this morning is because Iran was building a nuclear bomb or ballistic missile that could reach the continental United States. But that is no more this morning, as Trump and other countries around the world have struck Iran. This morning, we know that we're getting international reaction. Many countries have pretty much supported these attacks from the U.S. We know that there's other countries like Russia that have said that this is a reckless step against this. And we know that other countries all around the world are probably going to be in, yes, Chloe, we're safe. But we know that other countries around the world are probably going to be in the line of fire for the next couple days. So at least right now, as we go throughout the day, we will have live coverage all across America. But we do know that there's combat ships So we do know that there's U.S. military bases that have been struck in the heart of Iran. We know that there's military bases, like I can report, that have been struck in Iran. We know that there's missiles raining down right now in central Israel. Uh, that, but if I can get just your opinion on something, ladies and gentlemen, the star system. There's a system in our class that is called the star system. If you do not like the star system, whoever's in my class at school, if you do not start like the star system, please just say yes, you don't like the star system. But right now, as we come back to Israel and the Middle East, right now, the U.S. has struck Israel this not Israel. The U.S. has struck Iran along with Israel and other places. Their President Trump. Well, the star system. Well, because Chloe wants to know the star system. The star system. If you do something bad, if you interrupt Mr. Fraser, if you interrupt one of our teachers, um, y- the entire table gets their snacks taken away like that. And if you do anything like a small little thing, like you make a joke or you trip somebody or do anything, you get your snacks taken away. But that's the star system. But right now, as Iran and the Israel, um, so right now, as we know right now, Iran has struck. We know that Iran is going to launch ballistic missiles towards the country of Israel right now. There's news that U.S. military bases have been struck. We know that the retaliation is starting, and we know that this is just a beginning of a long escalating tension and probably possible war against the country of Iran. As we know this morning, there's almost 100 school children in the heart of Iran been killed, that have been killed from U.S. and Israel strikes this morning. So that is one thing, but this morning, ladies and gentlemen, that is what is happened this morning, and that is going to be potentially more. There's going to be more strikes against Iran later. But this morning, this is our live team coverage. We will come back at 12 p.m. this evening, this afternoon, to talk about what has happened this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching me, and we will be back soon. Good night, and we'll be back at 12 p.m.